Hello, we are going to begin Chapter 6, which is intentional torts. And in this video, we are going to actually talk about what is a tort. So first, we want to briefly review the difference between criminal and civil cases. Criminal, if you recall, is the government is going to file a case against an individual, an entity, or a business. In a civil case, we're addressing civil wrongs, and it's going to be a person, sometimes the government, but more likely a person who is going to sue another person for harm that's done to them. Criminal, the burden of proof is beyond reasonable doubt, and civil preponderance of evidence. The purpose of the criminal system is really through the correction system, whether it be rehabilitation, punishment, deterrence, whereas in the civil cases, we're trying to make a party whole. So in civil cases, there are generally two major types, and one is what we call torts, which we're going to talk about, and the other type is contracts, and they fall under the civil law, but they are different. A tort is an act or omission that has some type of injury or harm to someone, and it amounts to a civil wrong. So it does not include contracts. So when we're talking of the tort of a civil wrong, we're not talking about contracts. So the next point that I am making for your unit quiz is the following. Torts do not include breach of contract. So please make sure you note that as one of your points. Torts do not include breach of contract. Torts can be categorized three ways: intentional, which is an intentional action; negligence, which is failure to use reasonable care; or we will have strict liability. And in those cases, intent or negligence neither of those are at issue. When you're proving a torts case, you are going to go back to your elements, right? And the elements of a case are what? It's the claims that a party needs to prove to prevail. Okay, and in a tort since it's civil, it's going to be a more likely than not standard for each of the elements. So as we go through the different torts, intentional, negligence, and strict liability, we're going to see how this recipe comes together. The next video we will be watching will be a little bit longer, and that is going to be on the actual Chapter 6, intentional torts.